essence of time. And so when you meet your twin flame in the physical, there is a soul recognition, because you're literally looking at a reflection of your own inner state of being. You're looking at your own energy signature in another person. So there's automatically going to be a natural magnetic attraction, a magnetic pull, a soul recognition. Even if you don't cognize it right away, you might not. It's like, it's something about this person. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's something very familiar. It may just be their voice. It may be their eyes. It's just the way that they feel to you. Okay, so twin flames, it is a real thing. Okay, it is a real phenomenon. And the mission of twin flames, again, their challenge is to see through the illusion. So seeing through the illusion may be like, you may be two different races. You may be the same sex. There may be a large age gap between you. You know what I'm saying? All of these challenges are there for the twin flames to see through it. Okay, because if there's an age gap, your souls are the same age. If there is two different races, your souls don't have a race. Okay, if you're the same sex, your souls, they don't have a sex, they have an energy. So one may be the divine feminine, and one way may be the divine masculine. So in the physical, we may see, the divine feminine is only a female, and a divine masculine is only a male. But in spirit, it can be the exact opposite. You can have the divine masculine in a feminine body. Does that mean that a divine masculine woman would be a lesbian? No, not at all. You know what I'm saying? I know some divine masculine women who are, heterosexual. It's not about your sexuality. This is a soul level energy that you're carrying. You know what I'm saying? So all of us have both energies within us, because both energies created us. Okay. But, some of us embody the divine feminine more than others, and some of the, and vice versa. But the mission of twin flames, once they are able to, meet their challenges, the challenge of seeing through the illusion, whatever illusion that they've been presented with, like I said, age gaps, social statuses, the race differences, being the same sex, whatever your challenge, every twin flame couple is presented with some sort of challenge. And their challenge is to see through that and to love one another regardless of that challenge, okay? And once they have achieved that, then their mission together would be to raise the vibration of the planet by helping the rest of the world see through the illusion as well. Again, the conundrum that, that humanity has found itself in would be the illusion of separation from God and one another. This is why we, are in this reality where people feel lonely, they feel isolated, when at the end of the day, what has happened is that you've been set apart. Okay. And if you're actually doing the work on a soul level, you will begin to see through the illusion. Okay. And you will be able to actually connect soul to soul with other people, because at the end of the day, the separation is an illusion. Okay. It is an illusion. And so, the truth of things is, right now, everyone who's in my room, King Nomar, okay, Savage C, Shaheed Collins, let us drop everything physical, okay, which we have to know is not real. Okay, let's drop everything physical right now and understand that there is no space between you and I. There's no space between any of us. And so when we are able to see that there's no space between us, then we're able to see God, because all of us put together equal God. Okay, so I want to show you how the twin flames are connected. Okay, now don't laugh at my drawing. Okay. Okay, so this would be one of the twins. This is the other one, and this is the energy that is between you. Now this design, you can look this up. It's called the Vesica Piscis, Vesicapicus. This part right here is the Vesica Piscis, okay? So we have this separation of being in separate bodies. That's an illusion. The truth is right here. This is God right here. The divine masculine and feminine together equal God. This design here, this would be the human torus field or the human aura. It's the same thing. If you're scientific, you're going to call this the torus field. If you are spiritual, you're going to call this the auric field. At the end of the day, it's about both of these people's energies coming together to create a whole nother energy, which would be God. Both energies together equal God. Okay, so this is why this is the twin flames right here. You have to come together, because the Vesica Piscis, this little portal, this sacred energy right here that's created when you bring the divine masculine and feminine together, this is what the twin is the truth of things. Okay, outside of the illusion, and this is the original energy that the physical twin flames emerged from and split. Okay, so it started off as this. It started off as this, the feminine and masculine together. And when God said, let us create man in our own image, you split. One became the divine feminine energy, the other became the divine masculine energy. But at the end of the day, in spirit, this still exists. The divine feminine and masculine together equal God. That is the truth, okay? The separation is the illusion. Okay, so it was from the original Vesica Piscis that the twin flames emerged from and split. Okay, and again, the split is only physical, it's not spiritual. So the challenge again of twin flames is to remember the truth of what's happening in spirit, and that spirit is our true identity. And so when we relate to everything on a spiritual level, we see more of the connection than we see of the separation, okay, regardless of what challenges have been put before us. Is your twin flame a different race? Are they the same sex? Are there, because these are the three main things that I noticed with twin flames. There's usually a large age gap. They're usually the same sex, or two different races or social statuses that cause you to feel like, we can't be together because of this. But at the end of the day, in spirit, you are together. You're always together. Like, you're not really separated. Okay, the separation is an illusion. I feel the need to keep saying that because people believe in the illusion so strongly because it does seem so real. But if you are a divine counterpart, meaning the divine feminine or divine masculine part of a twin flame union, you know that what I'm saying is true, because we know truth by the way that it feels. Okay, truth is not always something that can be taught with words. Okay, feelings matter. This is why all twin flames are empathic in nature. Now, some have shut their heart chakras down, which is why we have the twin flame runner chaser dynamic. It was an empath that suffered such enormous pain that they felt that it's not safe to love in this world. So I'm not going to do it, and so I'm going to shut it down. And so when they come into contact with this very strong, powerful magnetism of the other half of themselves, and I don't like to use the word half because each part is a whole, okay? They just have to come together. Two freedoms, okay? Welcome, King Bud. We've been talking about quite a bit. I was talking about the beginning of wisdom being the love of our compassionate creator and fear of the law, okay? Which would be the 10 commandments, the 42 laws of Ma'at, or whatever other universal laws that we recognize, okay? And so I was talking about how, the world doesn't recognize love. We were already told this. The world doesn't receive true unconditional love. It scares people. And so then I got into the twin flames because there is a phenomenon, if you're familiar with twin flames. First of all, twin flames themselves is a phenomenon. And then between twin flames, there is this runner-chaser dynamic. You can Google this. You can look it up on YouTube or wherever you want to go to, get more information or do research about it. Twin flames are one soul and two bodies. So I want to show you again. I don't know if you were in here, King Bud. So this little illustration here is, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. So this separation here of being in two separate bodies is an illusion. This energy right here that is created when we connect two human torus fields if you're scientific, two human auras if you're spiritual. This energy right here is called the Vesica Piscis. It's a sacred energy that is created when you bring together the divine feminine and masculine energies. This is an illusion. This is an illusion. This is the truth of twin flames. Okay, now the reason why I felt to illustrate it is because people can see the illusion that they believe in. So I needed to give you something to see so you can understand what the truth looks like. Okay, it looks like blending two auric fields together, and that energy in between, which is both together, that's God. The divine masculine and the divine feminine energy together equals God. Okay, so it was from the original Vesica Piscis. This is how they were created together already, like this. Okay, so when God said, let us create man in our image, that was the divine masculine and feminine. This is how it looked when it was created. Okay, and so when he said, let us create it in our image, this is when they split. So this is the original energy right here. Okay, and when they split into the divine masculine and feminine, then the illusion, this is where we got into the illusion of separation, but the truth of the twin flames still being together in spirit is still there. Okay, so you are one soul in two bodies. It's just that the physical makes you feel like the illusion is real. Okay, but it was the original Vesica Piscis, and that original energy of being together that you came from. The split came later. Okay, so it's not like you have to come together. This is so basically to remember, because this is what it is that twin flames, and most of humanity has forgotten, but the twin flames are the ones who are here to help humanity to remember. What does remember mean? It means to put back together. Remember. Okay, because the humanity and the twin flames, did God take a rib from a man and put it in a woman? Are women born from a man's rib today? And no, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that, you know what I'm saying? But we can believe what we want to believe, but I'm telling you what the deal is right now. They were created together. Okay, people want to believe, because we're in a patriarchal society, people have a need to believe that the man was created first. But man, when God speaks of man in the Bible, he's talking about a species of human being, not a sex of a person. You know what I'm saying? He's not saying specifically male. He said, let us make man in our own image. You know what I'm saying? And he created male and female together. They were created together as the Vesica Piscis. Okay. And when they, you know what I'm saying? And then they split when they incarnated into the physical. Okay. And so, no, that to me is a fairy tale. It was more supernatural than that. You know what I'm saying? But he created them male and female, and he blessed them and named them man on the day that they were created together. Okay? They were created in his likeness, male and female, right? So this is Genesis 5 verses 1 and 2. He created them male and female, and he blessed them and named them man. So a man does not mean male. It's just a species of human being. Okay. And so on the day that they were created together in his likeness, male and female, they were blessed. Okay. And they were called man. And so womb man, or just man. Okay. But if you look at the body of a woman has everything that a man has and more. So if one came from the other, it would be the other way around, but it's not either. We were created together as twin flames. Okay, the Vesica Piscis. And when we incarnated physically, we split. Spiritually, we're still together. So that is the challenge for the twin flames to be able to see through, is to be able to see through the illusion of separation. Separation is but an illusion. Okay? Anyone who's ever felt that they have come into contact with a twin flame, you know this, because you automatically felt this magnetism. So man is all, so a woman. So man is all, so a woman. So basically, we're both, the word man, again, is basically describing the species of human being that we are. A woman is a man with a womb man, okay? And a man, okay? So, if one came from the other, but like I said, there's no competition here. Well, this is not a patriarchal energy that I'm sitting in, okay? This is not a patriarchal energy that I'm in at all. I am the divine feminine, okay? And so, I don't need to be in competition or feel like, I came first or man came from me. I know that we came together Okay, equal parts, divine counterparts that must come together in order for us to be able to see God. So God is both, not one or the other, but both. I don't know much about this stuff. Okay. Well, that's why I'm here. Okay, King Bud. A lot of people don't know about it, but it's a real phenomenon, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not a twin flame, you may be able to learn something from twin flames, because again, the twin flames have a global mission of first seeing through whatever challenges are presented to them in the physical, and then helping the rest of humanity to see through it. This is how we raise the vibration of the planet, for people to understand that fear of the Lord is fear of love. And this is why you're separated, because love draws you together. It helps you to remember. It helps you to put back together that which has been separated, okay? And which has been dismembered. LeVar Ball, you are absolutely welcome to your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you haven't been, freed yourself from the illusion of separation, then I would suggest that, you know what I'm saying, you understand that, you know, what I'm saying is the truth that will set you free from it. The illusion of separation from your creator and from the other people that you think you're separated from. Okay, there is no separation when you drop what's physical, which is the illusion, and you focus on what's spiritual, okay, which connects us all. If you drop it right now, there's no space between you and I or anyone else in this room. Okay, that's how big that God is. Okay, we are all connected. And so, you know, a person like me who stands in between realities, between the physical and the spiritual reality, I absolutely know that I can tap into another person's energy field. How do you think tarot readers read? How do you think mediums are able to pick up what we pick up? How do you think people can read your mind or feel your emotions? Because we see through the illusion. We know that I'm not separate from you, okay? And so, you know, people who choose to live in the illusion, that's your, you know, that's absolutely your, you know, prerogative. But the truth is that there is no separation, that it all must come back together. It must be remembered, okay? And at the end of the day, if you don't remember, then you have forgotten, and you know, you're part of the illusion of separation. You know, to each his own. You know, I'm not here to force anything down anyone's throat, but I am here to try to make sense to the people who are experiencing some of the things that I'm speaking of, to help you kind of understand what it is, okay? And then you can go further and research this in whatever sources you want to give. That's why I'm giving you scriptures to back it up. That's why I'm giving you words and illustrations so that you can go research these things for yourself. Then come back and talk to me about it, okay? So King Bud, it's, you know, it's a lot of people don't know that much about God, even the ones who study religion, because religion ain't really teaching you about the truth of who God is. God is an indwelling spirit that's within us. It's not something that you're going to find. Now, you may read the Bible, you may read some religious text, you may find a teacher, a guru, someone who, you know, is enlightened, that will lead you into that relationship. But at the end of the day, the relationship is with the spirit that is both with and in you. Within an indwelling spirit. It you know, for each individual, no matter what religious organizations or whatever that we think that we belong to, at the end of the day, if that religious organization and that teaching, if that text, if that book is not leading you into that personal relationship with an indwelling spirit, then most people are being misled anyway, following someone else. Again, if they're not leading you to a relationship with the spirit that's within you, most people don't know God. They think they do because they know the Bible, okay? They don't understand that that Bible can become an idol in itself, coming between you and the true God, which is within you, okay? If you just, you know, all of the ascended masters who have, you know, mastered this reality and were able to successfully see through the illusion, and they were successfully able to receive the truth that actually set them free from the illusion, they all meditated. They all went off into the mountains and spent time alone. Why? Because they know that God is within me. So let me sit alone with God for a minute so I can get this guidance. You know what I'm saying? So I can get this direction, so I can get this revelation. Okay, even the people who sat down and recorded what they recorded in these religious texts, the Bible, the Emerald tablets, whatever. They first got the downloads. Okay, they first got the guidance from within. Okay, the Bible is just a book of channeled messages. Okay, it wasn't like the book just appeared on the table and it was glowing and already had everything written in it. No, people wrote that down. People who understood that God is an indwelling spirit. God is with and in me, within me. Okay, and so they wrote it down and they recorded it, just like I'm sitting here giving you downloads that I received. Okay, a lot of people, we all can, get these. If anyone is, walking a spiritual path, you're getting downloads, especially if you're hearing ringing in your ears as of late. You're having dreams, prophetic dreams. All of these are ways that the divine is communicating with us, because when we're in our awakened state, we are identifying with the physical body as the self. And so it's hard for, the divine spirit, to actually get through to us. So a lot of people get their messages when they are not so connected to the physical body. So it's during sleep time. It's during, when your mind is relaxed. Some people purposely go and meditate. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, King Nomar, you're getting downloads. That's that ringing in your ear. So, King Bud, I have been on the pulpit before. I don't like the pulpit, because for one, the position of it, it's like, okay, let me stand up here and be the leader of everyone. But I don't like that. I don't like the hierarchy that people put, because this is how people's egos begin to grow. We're all equal here. You know what I'm saying? I have something to teach, but I can learn from you. I can learn from anyone that's in this comment section, or anyone that I, come into contact with. But when we have a pulpit and we put on robes and we're standing above everyone, and we have this title and this social status, people's egos begin to expand. It begins to grow, and they start to think that they're superior to other people. They don't think they can learn from other people. They think they got the superior knowledge. I mean, you can look on this app right here. There are a lot of people who have, it's about 50 Jesuses on Big O Live. Okay, or more. Okay, and they all think that they are the Messiah. They think they have the most superior knowledge of anybody on on their platform. And so you can see them. They won't allow other people to speak. They're muting people out of their chats. They want to be the only one speaking. They don't want to be challenged. Okay, and so you see that a lot, because people's egos have become inflated. I'm absolutely a soldier. I was born a warrior. I was born that. And so that's what I'm here for. I want to wake people up to a lot of things. Okay. So today this is lightly. Okay. This is very lightly and politely. Okay. That we're talking about, the beginning of wisdom would be love of our compassionate creator, and fear of the law. Okay. So let's just clarify that to, off top. And then, like I said, I got into the twin flames because I was talking about how people have accepted that fear is the beginning of wisdom. And so literally subconsciously, they don't understand that they fear love, because God is love. And so when I got into that, I started talking about the runner-chaser dynamic that happens in twin flame relationships, because there's one part of the twin flames, they're both empaths, but one of them has been so damaged emotionally that, the thought of love, the appearance of love, the feeling, the emotion, the moving energy and motion of love moving through their heart center, it scares them, it terrifies them. So they run from it. They will block their divine counterpart. They will ghost their divine counterpart. And so, it's like, in order to get through this illusion of separation from God, we first have to have understanding of what's happening and why does love scare us? You know what I'm saying? You might have a friend and you start having feelings for them, and then all of a sudden it causes fear, because we can't bring love into it. Because if you bring love into it, it's going to mess everything up. This is what's in the back of a lot of people's minds. And so they will instantly reject the thought of, taking something to the next level of love. And they just let that just sit there, okay? So when we're rejecting love, when our hearts are locked down, when we're afraid to feel, because most people are afraid of their own feelings, okay? This is why we have a such thing as an empath. Empaths are the people who actually feel their feelings. Most people don't. Okay, it takes courage to feel your own feelings. People who have shut down their heart chakras, they think this makes them strong, but it actually takes a strong person to actually be willing to feel your feelings. Okay, so the empaths on the planet are the strongest people on the planet because they're carrying the strongest energy in the cosmos, which is unconditional love. Okay, they are allowing God to move through them. If people understood that God is love, then why would you think that the beginning of wisdom would be fear, which is an opposing energy? Okay, so this is a lie from the pits of hell that has been embedded into the minds of humanity as a collective, in which has created this situation, this illusion of separation, again, from God and from one another. Okay, and so at the end of the day, you have forgotten who you are. We have forgotten the connection. We have forgotten the source. And so to remember means to put back together. What are we putting back together? This is an illusion. You are not that physical body, okay? Think about your spirit, because that is, your spirit is the true identity of who you are. This is the truth, okay? Being a feminine or a masculine, that's an illusion. It's got to come together. They both must be included together to be God. So when I say remember, I mean put back together this, so we have God here. Okay? Anybody can look up the Vesica Piscis and you'll see that. Okay? And so that sacred energy that's created when you bring together divine masculine and divine feminine is the remembering that I'm talking about, because it's been dismembered. It was dismembered when you went from being spirit to being physical. And so it must be remembered. And so that's why I'm here, okay? To help you remember. Now, what am I relying on? I've given you guys some scriptures to go related to and all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm relying on what I'm saying resonating with your heart. This is what I want to get you guys, used to, is to not always need a reference outside of yourself, because that's another thing that we've been programmed to do. We'll pick it up and be like, see, it says so right here, so that's my proof. That's my reference, okay? I want you to trust your heart and trust your intuition above all else. Okay, this is what the Most High wants us to do, because this is how we get misled. Following books, following teachers, following people who will take something in the book and manipulate it to mean what they want it to mean for the moment, to serve their purpose. And at the end of the day, an empath, someone who is connected to the source, we know truth by the way it feels. Okay, we know truth because it resonates with what's already written in our DNA, what's already written on our hearts. Okay, so if anybody that follows Yehuda, he shows how the Hebrew writing is basically the same. It's basically etched into our DNA. Okay, as the chromosomes. Okay, in the same shape as the Hebrew letters that the Bible was originally written in. Now, I say that to say this, we are the living word. And so anybody that's speaking truth to you, okay, that has already existed, it's going to resonate with the truth that's written on your heart, that's written on your DNA. And becoming a spiritual being requires you trusting that indwelling spirit that's telling you whether somebody is telling the truth or not, okay? Because we've been in church, we've been in school, we've been in all sorts of situations where we're learning from a person, and they might be saying something that's sounding really good and it resonates, but then they might throw in something that kind of feels kind of off to you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't trust that off feeling. I want you to learn to trust it, because this is how the enemy slips in lies in between the truth. Okay? There is lies in the Bible that's been slipped in between the truth, because they know that people are going to be loyal to the truth that's already in there. So, if I have the ability to slip in what I want to say and what I want to use to control people, I'm going to slip that in there too. And so I make them feel that they need to accept every single word when, Spirit says, accept what resonates with you. Okay? Just by me looking at you, I see you telling God's kids that don't know him to act. Absolutely, King Bud. Because the world does not know God. The world has been taught that fear is what, fear and love are opposing energies. Why would fear be the beginning of wisdom. It's not. It's absolutely not. Okay? Love of our compassionate creator is the beginning of wisdom. Fear of his law, okay, would be the beginning of wisdom. So we need to just rearrange that in our minds going forward, because people believe in that. Subconsciously, it has programmed you to run from God, to reject it, to fear it, to feel like it's a weird energy, when it is the glue, it is the elixir, it is the antidote for every single problem that exists, you know what I'm saying, on this plane. And so, because we have been taught to run from it, that it, is something that will mess everything up if we allow it to enter into, our relationships. So we see a lot of people getting into relationships with people that they don't love. They purposely do that. Like people will literally run from someone that they feel a very strong magnetism and love for, because it scares them because of the possibility of being hurt, right? And they will literally get with somebody that they are just physically attracted to, because there's not that much danger of getting hurt. And so we have a bunch of relationships based on absolutely nothing, when we know that relationships should be based on love. When a relationship is based on love, you come back together like this, okay? A relationship that's based on love creates this. But when you just attracted to somebody's ass or somebody's body, you can only look at a person for so long. What else you got? I mean, where is the substance? This is why these shallow relationships fall apart. Because just because somebody looks good does not mean that they are good. Okay? And so, people need to really wake up from this dream of, being so, captivated by the physical. Okay, me personally, I am what they call sapio or sapiosexual, meaning that I'm attracted to a person's spirit. I'm attracted to your mind and your intelligence. I'm attracted to, the way that you allow God to move through you. What is it that you offer? Like, are you a singer? Do you dance? Do you teach? Can you, are you an artist? Those things are what makes a person attractive to me. You know what I'm saying? The way that you think, the way that your mind works. You know what I'm saying? The ways that you want to help other people and help humanity. The ways that you do help other people. And so, that's being attracted to someone's spirit. Okay, at the end of the day, think about the people that you really love. Okay, outside of, let's not even use attraction or romantic love. Let's use your family, the people that you are, whoever you love, okay, that you love truly, that you're not romantically attracted to. What is it about them that you love? Because I promise you, it's their spirit more than it is the way that they look, okay, or any other shallow quality. Think about people that you have loved, who have passed on. What is it about that person that you loved? It was their spirit.